Again to Radio Northern Beaches, Community Voices. I'm Michael Lester, and today we're talking about community sport, and in particular, the sport of pickleball. I certainly hadn't heard of pickleball before, so we're going to find out all about it, because our guest today is John Fuller. John is the president of the Pickleball Association on the Northern Beaches, Incorporated. Welcome to Radio Northern Beaches, John.
Thank you, Michael.
Terrific, John. Well, you got to right up top tell us what pickleball is, because, as I say, not familiar to me.
Okay. Well, pickleball is said to be the fastest growing sport in the world.
My goodness.
I know that's a big ask, but it's now played in 52 countries throughout the world. It's originated in America. It's extremely big in America and Canada. It has the support of people like Bill Gates and some American senators. So, and what they are hopeful of is for pickleball to be a sport, or in the 2028 Olympic Games.
Really?
As a demonstration sport. That's the aim, and so everyone is working towards that possibility.
Now, why did the sport need? Why does sport need another sport? Where did it come from? Was it in the 60s?
So yes, the pickleball originated in America. Just in the backyard of a house. One day, as it were. I won't go into that. The pickleball is a combination of badminton, tennis, table tennis, and you can throw squash in that. But it's played on a badminton-sized court. It has a tennis net, not quite as high as a tennis net, but it's almost as high. It has we call a paddle, which is twice the size of a table tennis bat, and we play with what's called a wiffle ball, which is about the size of a tennis ball, but it's got holes in to slow the ball up.
It's not a pickleball.
Well, it's called a pickleball. It's actually they say a wiffle ball because it's got holes in it, and to speed up because it can be very fast.
Right.
And so that it came to Australia about 2 years ago.
Oh, it's very new.
Come in from whose daughters or sons play in America, and they brought it out. It started up in Cairns. It's been in Queensland for slightly more, and it started up in Australia. It started up in New South Wales about 2 years ago.
Right.
So it's a sport for everybody. It is. You can have a grading, so they can, as in tennis.
Mm-hmm.
So it caters for everybody. They're looking at wheelchair pickleball, so see whether that's possible.
Right.
Which would be good if that does work. So the top players in America. The aim is very suitable who
John, you might just adjust your position a bit. You're coming in and out a bit.
Yeah, particularly those who have played tennis or squash or badminton or table tennis, but anyone that is mobile enough to come onto a court and swing something.
Right.
Um,
What sort of
so,
numbers have you got up to here in the Northern Beaches?
well, we've got the largest club in New South Wales. We have around about we have 70 or so members who are active members of the club, and there's quite a few other ones who coming down to try and will become members shortly. So if it wasn't for the virus,
Yes.
we predict by the end of the year we would have had about 100 to 120 members.
Right.
But it's big on the Northern Beaches from our point of view. And the Northern Beaches Council have been fantastic in helping us out and promoting the game and permitting us to and arranging to mark up some outside netball courts for pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
And we have just recently the new netball complex or basketball complex at Avalon, which everyone you see on Barrenjoey Road.
Mm-hmm.
The council have agreed to mark up 6 pickleball courts on that complex.
Right.
So from a pickleball's point of view, pickleball is played in America outdoors. In Australia, it's more indoors because that's where we find the marked up badminton courts.
Yes, and of course badminton's indoor, isn't it? Of course.
That's right. But gradually but surely the councils are coming on board. They're seeing a multi-use of outside courts is the way to go. And other councils throughout the Sydney basin area are marking up outside tennis courts or netball courts to assist the development of the game. So we're really excited that the council's on board, and it is a game for everybody. That's the thing. And young people come down and play with us, and elderly people come down, and as long as they're a little bit mobile, they enjoy the game.
Right.
So I play tennis twice a week or 3 times a week, and I thought, I'll try pickleball, and I love it. It suits the tennis players and anyone with hand-eye coordination. You just love it. It's a great game.
Now, you're with Radio Northern Beaches Community Voices. I'm speaking with John Fuller, who's the president of the Pickleball Association in the Northern Beaches. John, yeah, in particular, how did you get attracted to this game? How did you find out about it? And
yes, that's a good question. My partner's daughter was in Mexico and saw the game being played, and when she came back, she said to her, "Well, do you play pickleball in Australia?" And so we Googled it, and we found that they were starting to play in Ryde in the community centre there. So we just one day popped down, had a go, and we haven't looked back since.
Is there any sort of system of, I don't know, accreditation or whatever to be able to set up as a pickleball club and or association here in Australia, given it's an American game, or not really? Anyone can just set it up and get into it, can they?
Well, they can and they can't. There is a pickleball federation of the US, and there's world pickleball bodies being created. So we have a national body, the Pickleball Association of Australia.
Is that right?
Limited. Then there are state bodies being formed, similar to a setup for badminton and other major sports.
Uh-huh.
So we do have an overarching national body. There are state bodies being formed or are in existence, and then clubs are starting to be formed, and they join the state bodies, which is connected to the national body, and away you go.
So given that there's a national body and a New South Wales body, and you're the president of the Northern Beaches area or region, within the Northern Beaches, what's the process, and is there a process underway of creating more clubs as such or not?
Well, this because it's a new sport. Quite a few venues along the our main venue,
I'm losing you again a bit, John. I don't know if you're changing position.
Yeah, the main venue is the Police Boys Club at DY.
Uh-huh.
The Police Boys Club have eight courts, badminton courts.
Right.
So that's our headquarters at this stage. We have just about to open up at Beacon Hill.
Yes.
At the memorial complex there, which is now ready and open. I think it was under repair for a couple of years, but it's now open, and we'll be starting at Beacon Hill in the next few weeks. We also play at the Avalon Recreation Centre at Avalon, and we'll have the outdoor courts coming on stream in a couple of weeks, actually.
Now, if anyone's interested in the Beaches area in joining up and trying to play or wanting to play pickleball, what do they do? Just turn up to any of these venues, or have you got a website, or what is it?
Yes, we have a website. If you Google the Northern Beaches Pickleball Association website,
right?
All the details are there about how you come to play. So yeah, all the details are there.
Right.
Perhaps,
good.
If I got time, I'll just look that up and give you that detail.
No, but that's fine. And now, of course, COVID's interfered with so much, including community sport. But maybe pre-COVID, were you already into competitions or and matches, or what was the story?
No, we're just at the moment we're just playing social pickleball within the club.
Mm-hmm.
We had in fact organised an inter-club match with the Hornsby Pickleball Club up there, and we were planning other inter-club competitions, but COVID came along and killed it, as it were, for a while. But we will get back into that. Our plan is to have inter-club competitions, and we have also a plan to play with some of the and the Gold Coast and Brisbane in Queensland. So it'd be very for a group of us to nurse and have a week up there and then play pickleball.
Right. Now, some community sports, including in Northern Beaches, have been able to find a formula that allows them to continue their activities in some shape or form, including games with social distancing and whatever. But that's not an option for you at the moment. So I guess you're kind of planning for some sort of move to more safety post-COVID, are you, before you can engage? Or
well, no, we are in fact playing pickleball.
Right.
For the. I think COVID only really interrupted us playing for about 6 or 7 weeks. We have our stringent virus regulations.
Right.
We have temperature checks, hand sanitisation, social distancing so far as we can when you play pickleball, and you're not playing shoulder to shoulder, playing pickleball, and we're very conscious of the virus, and we take it seriously, and we hand sanitize, and we sanitize the ball sometimes, and generally sort of conscious about it.
Good. So if people, even at this point, I mean, within the COVID context, are interested in taking a look or having a go at your sport, as you said earlier, they can look up Northern Beaches Pickleball Association, find your website and contact you, and can probably turn up at one of 2 or 3 different venues that you've mentioned, no doubt, on the website. So, John, that's been fascinating, and thank you very much for joining us here on Radio Northern Beaches to tell us all about this new, emerging and fast-growing international sport, and all the very best with your endeavours. I've been speaking with John Fuller, President of the Northern Beaches Pickleball Association. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you, Michael. I'm pleased that you could give me the time.
Cheers.